In Germany, says Mr. Bofinger, I'm the last Keynesian, and I feel like the last Mohican.
Last of the Mohicans is used to describe the last surviving representatives of any group. It can be people, it can also be objects as well. So if somebody has been working at a company for a long time and all of their co-workers are gone, then they are said to be last of the Mohicans. They're the last people that remember what it was like before everybody else got fired or left the company. The idea comes from the Mohican tribe in upstate New York, which was a very large Indian nation quite some time ago. And then when the settlers came in and started moving into the area, a lot of them got either pushed out of the area, maybe they got killed off. In a lot of cases, they sort of joined up with the settlers and became part of the American experience. And so the people that were left over that remembered the time before the settlers arrived, they were the last of the Mohicans. And there was a book called Last of the Mohicans. Also, there was a movie with the same name. I was working for this sales organization years ago. Very high turnover rate. We had a lot of salespeople. We must have had 20 or 30 at any one time. But inevitably, every month, we would get 1 or 2 or 3 new people, and 1 or 2 or 3 of the old people would leave. So finally, after a year, I was one of the last of the Mohicans. I was almost the only person in the whole office who had been working for the organization longer than a year. I don't smoke cigarettes anymore, but every once in a while I do try to bum a cigarette. So I saw some guy smoking a cigarette, and I said, "Hey, you got an extra smoke?" He said, "Sorry, dude, this is last of the Mohicans." So normally people don't say that. They just say they say it's their last cigarette. But this guy was trying to be funny, so he said last of the Mohicans.
A few minutes' drive from a world-class university and posh waterfront oyster bars is a place where houses are practically worthless and shopkeepers cower behind bulletproof glass.
Posh refers to usually a place that is somewhat luxurious, that appeals to wealthy people. It seems to come from some foreign word, meaning money. So a posh place would be a place where people with money would tend to go. So these would be expensive restaurants or expensive vacation places, or could refer to a neighborhood too. And so posh refers to any place that is elegant or luxurious. My old neighborhood used to be very much of a ghetto, which was one of the reasons why I lived there, actually. But then I went back there a few years ago, and the area was very, very posh. They did a lot of landscaping on all the houses. They got new restaurants opening up. So I think it's just a great place. Unfortunately, I certainly couldn't afford to live there anymore. Too posh for me. Cancun was designed originally to be a posh vacation place for people to go. Very close to the U.S., very expensive hotels. But this was 40 years ago. So, 40 years later, those hotels are starting to get a little run down, and they've got all these very inexpensive trips. So it certainly is not as posh as it used to be. ESL-fullsteamahead.com